Yeah, I'm sure. So, pads are important. 5-Star does a great job. Like, I like how they contoured this up. It's kind of like the old camel neck, is what they talk about it. And a pad does tell a story. So if this is the pad you've been riding on this horse, like, this is pretty good. You can see you got a little wear here, but it's real pretty clean. Keeping your pads clean is super important. And you can see you've got contour almost everywhere. You got some big, probably some dry spots, especially over on that'd be on the left, that'd be on the right. That pad looks pretty good. The saddle, right? This is an older saddle, so you can tell this will get you down. So this is old. So if I loved this saddle and it was gonna work for my horse, I would have someone refleece it. Okay. Because this causes friction and movement, and you don't think it matters, but it matters. And then if this is all worn out, you would just want to make sure that your leather's in good shape. But like to see this lacing, it's about done for too. Okay. So this is one of those safety things where if the saddle's okay and it fits good, like it's an older saddle, I would just have someone fix it. Okay. Yeah, have them re-wool it. That won't change the pressure on the horse's back. Like, it's a little narrow for this horse. So I would keep that. But if you went to resell this, like, that would be a kind of a hot pocket for somebody, like, oh, hey, you know, and it's good leather, but it's worn out. Okay. You know, it's just really worn out.
Well, my goal is to get one of yours.
I like
and
that.
And so this will be my second. So
I like it. Yeah, that's good. And then when we look at the horse, right? 4?
6.
So 6-year-old. So overall structure with the saddle wasn't bad, but now we can see the horse is downhill a little bit. That can be growth and structure, like the horse is going to come up, especially how she's bred. But then we got to say, if the horse is pretty balanced through his back, which this horse is, we got to ask ourselves why. And then if he's depleted behind the trap or in the trap, is that pressure causing that? And this is where I will say, a really great rider, like I'll use Dixon for example, my oldest boy, he could ride a bad saddle and get away with it, right? Because he rides so balanced and he does things right. She could probably ride a bad saddle and get away with it. More so than one of us, right? So I would say we don't have as much time. We get home, maybe, is anybody else in here a horse trainer? So we get home and we have an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. We get on and it's pretty inconsistent, especially if we have young kids or whatever's happening. So if you've got an okay saddle, but you're not riding your horse right, you're gonna go downhill pretty quick. If you're a pretty good rider and your equipment is pretty good and you're aware, you're gonna get better. If you've got a bad saddle and you ride really good and you ride really good horses and you know what you're doing, more than likely, you're gonna get away with a bad saddle. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I've seen that because I've learned in 20 years, as I've met world champions and I've got to go to their barn and ride with them, you know, a lot of them are sponsored, a lot of them get stuff. Then that company doesn't make the same product for you, and you. So you'll see them and they'll be like, well, that's not a poly rope that you designed, that's a grass rope. And they're like,